Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this in the world. I hope you guys are doing okay. So we have been updated today that Sparking Zero has sold 3 million copies in 24 hours. That is an insane number for a fighting game, and it might be the biggest number for a fighting game of all time. I believe Smash Ultimate sold 5 million units within 1 week, but 24 hours to sell 3 million is really impressive, and I'd really like to see where this game is in a week, in a month, in a year from now. Now hopefully these impressive sales directly translate to loads of support for this game, because although this is a good game, this game has its issues, and this game has one major issue that we have seen with Tekken 8 and we have complained about with Tekken 8 for a very long time, and that is the issue of pluggers. Pluggers have made the online rank system very annoying, especially when you get into the upper ranks. This wasn't happening to me when I was at D or C. Now that I'm in B and I'm fighting people at A, I'm getting a lot of people that are just plugging. I made a video yesterday and I put it on Twitter and I tagged Bandai Namco in it, and I said to them, hey, you need to fix this. This is not a good look. Now back in the Tekken 6 days, we had a very simple fix for this. When somebody would plug on you, or when somebody would rage quit, they would get a loss and you would get a win. But in 2024, for some reason, this just doesn't seem to happen. And you would think after the backlash of Tekken 8 and how much it annoys people, they would implement a system in this where they are punished. Now as I said, as I've gone into the upper ranks on this game, people rage quit way more often. And I have seen Bandai Namco updating their Twitter saying that they are going to indefinitely ban people, much like they do in Tekken. But as far as I can see, the people that they indefinitely ban just show up again. We've spoken about Low Tier God before and how he's been banned on Tekken and he's appeared back on the game. So it clearly doesn't work to the degree they think it's going to. What would make the players happy and what would get them off of your back is if you simply just give us our points or give us our win. That's all that people are asking for. Outside of that, this game is pretty incredible. I don't have many things to complain about. Now there are some glitches and there are some issues with the way some characters have been designed. And I don't really want things to be balanced as such, but I do think that there needs to be a few things that are addressed here. Now I'll give you a couple of examples. In ways of the glitches, there is a glitch on this game where if you pick standard controls and your opponent picks classic, you will cancel out your opponent's controls, and what happens is they lose one of their moves. So for example, I use Ultimate Boo and Jiren. If this glitch occurs, I can't use Ultimate Boo's Kamehameha and I can't use Jiren's Heat Blast, whatever it's called, and this becomes an issue when you're fighting stronger opponents because you need your full moveset. Another issue is you can't switch out sometimes you are locked into the fight, and switching out is extremely important because as far as I can see, you gain some health back when you switch out. There are some minor glitches here and there where you can interrupt ultimate moves and block them, and this goes for rushes as well. They seem to be more rare glitches, and those are things I'm sure they can address, but the major ones for me right now are the controls and not being able to switch out. Now in terms of character balancing, and balancing isn't really the word I even want to use here because we're not looking for a balanced fighting game here, we're looking for lore accuracy, but I do think you need to prioritize fun over anything else in the game. Now there's a few characters in this game that have some really dumb things, and rather than taking it away from them, because that's not what I want to promote with this game, I don't want people nerfed or buffed in the sense that we do them with conventional fighting games or traditional fighting games, because this fighting game is not trying to accomplish that. This is trying to be as fun as possible and as lore accurate as possible. So the way to achieve what I'm going for here is to change the DP on some characters. I think that is a very simple fix. Right now we have Yajirobe, Dr. Wheeler and a bunch of After Image Strike characters really running the meta on the ranked mode. Now I'm not saying nerf these characters. After Image Strike has always been in the game, but now that we have updates for games and there are balance changes that they can make or adjustments to the characters, rather than changing the characters, rather than taking that away from them, just change their DP. So right now I believe that Yajirobe sits at 2 DP, maybe increase his DP to 4, given the fact that he is highly effective. Vegito has a certain number of DP. I imagine base Vegito, which is what most people use and then they transform into Super Saiyan, probably has like 7 or 8 DP. Based on the power of the After Image Strike, maybe he needs to be 10 DP of some of the strongest characters. I think those sort of changes are more fair than actually nerfing or buffing characters, because again, this is not Tekken, this is not Street Fighter. Although it is a fighting game, it is a fighting game of a completely different type, and I think adjusting the DP system is really the way to go. I'd like to know what you guys think in the comment section about that, because I'm not really a fan of applying traditional norms to this game. This game is insanely fun. I have very few things to complain about. Like I said, it comes by way of glitches, but in terms of characters really running the meta, rather than nerfing and buffing, just change the DP, because that's where a lot of people spend their time on ranked mode. I think that would solve a lot of problems. Again, we want to make this as fun as possible. And the last thing that I really want to address here is for the very small number of people that made a lot of stupid videos about this game in the lead up to it. I'd just like to say, where are you guys now? And the main culprit of this is Perfection the Natural Selection. For a very long time, this gas bag sat there and said that nobody will be playing this game, nobody's going to buy this game is going to suck. And now he's sitting on his YouTube channel saying that this game has dishonored the memory of Toriyama simply because the story mode works with slideshows rather than full CG like Kakarot. And whilst I can admit the story mode in this is somewhat disappointing, although the What If sagas are brilliant, I don't think this disrespects the memory of Toriyama. I mean, the game has sold 3 million copies in 24 hours. If that doesn't honor the memory of Toriyama's legacy, I don't know what does. But regardless, now that we're all happy with the game, now that we're all having a great time, now that I sign on to my Instagram and my Twitter and go on YouTube and WhatsApp and see how excited people are to be playing this game and how much fun people are having, people like Perfection the Natural Selection have really just been shut up, and now he is truly going to be screaming into the void. My word of advice to people like that is just admit you were wrong and come and have fun with the rest of us. Now, as I said, I really do hope they support this game. 3 million copies in 24 hours is absolutely nothing to scoff at. It's an incredible feat, and I hope Bandai Namco really goes above and beyond for the community, puts in more characters, adjusts the glitches, gives us some more what if scenarios. The custom battles are fantastic. Maybe give us a jukebox from the old Tenkaichi games. The possibilities here are really endless. Anyways guys, let me know what you guys all think about this, and I'll catch you all very soon. Take care and peace.